Hi children, good morning. Welcome to video classes. In the last video, I explained about the history of Rashtrakutas. How did those people emerge, the new kingdoms, non-Kshatriya clan people, Gurjara, Pratihara, Harichandra, some of the people established, they successfully ruled those regions also. Now in this class, in this video, I explain you how did those people administer their kingdoms. If I captured one area, how can I rule? I follows my own rules and regulations. At the time, people may not, some are accepted by the people, some are they did not accepted. That's why any problems are faced by those people or not. Now in this video, you discuss how did those people administrate those kingdoms. The new kings adopted high sounding titles such as Maharaja, Raja, Tribhuvana Chakravarti, and so on. They often shared their power with their samantas as well as with their associations also. Maharaja, Raja, the Lord, and Tribhuvana Chakravarti, the Lord of Three Worlds. This type of high sounding titles were used by those kings, and they shared their power with their samantas. Why samantas were very powerful in those areas. If they did not share their power to their samantas, they did not live for a long time in that region. That's why those kings shared their power with their samantas. Along with samantas, they shared their power with associations of peasants, associations of traders, and associations of brahmanas also. With the help of these all our people, those kings ruled that country very effectively. In each of these states, resources were obtained from the products that are peasants, cattle keepers, artisans who are often persuaded or surrendered part of their produce. Revenue was also collected from the traders. If any king want some of the sources to rule their kingdoms, resources are very important to them. How the resources come to those kingdoms? Resources are very important. They collected some of the taxes from the traders, and revenue tax also collected by those people, and peasants and cattle keepers, artisans also paid some of the taxes to those lords, and some of the people paid in the form of sheep and form of money or food items also they offered to their traders. How did you know about these all taxes? In those days, the historians founded one note, that was Cholas. In the Cholas time, how did they collect the taxes from the people? One note is founded in somewhere, that was given in your textbook also. See that in the Cholas time they had collected 400 taxes from the people. Cholas, those people ruled in Tamil Nadu area. Suppose Vetti and land revenue, these are the main resources, taxes from the Cholas time. Vetti, it is not in cash, in the form of labor. Vetti and revenue tax, house taxes, and traders who are merchants who are coming to their areas for the business purposes, who are going one area to another area. At the time, those people collected taxes from all these people. These resources were used to finance the king's establishment. They collected so many taxes from the people. What did they do with that money? They constructed temples and forts. Lot of temples were constructed by those people. In the Rashtrakota's time, Ellora caves and constructed by Krishna, Krishna too. And so many temples were constructed by near our Draksharama temple, Chanukya Bhima. So many temples were constructed by the Rajas in those days, and forts also constructed with that money. They were also used to fight wars. This money is used in the fighting of wars also. These taxes were collected by the influential families, as who collected these all taxes from the people directly. No, kings appointed some of the people for this work to collect the taxes from the people. Generally, kings appointed the influential families of the particular region, and these positions were often hereditary means son by son. Suppose your father is collecting the taxes particular area. After his son is doing that work, after his son is doing that work, like that entire family members are doing the work, that is called hereditary. People and who are familiar with the kings were also appointed these posts. These people all are collected the taxes from the people. What are the sources of historians? How did they know these are all things? Now, Prashastis, due to some of the with the help of Prashastis, land grants, and some of the written sources, these are all helpful to historians to learn the history of those time kings. Prashastis. What is meant by Prashasti? Prashasti is the one type of inscription. It explains you about the kings. The kings, which time to which time the king was ruling, what is the achievements of those kings. Those are all things they mentioned in this Prashastis. Prashastis was written by the Brahmanas in Sanskrit language. And land grants in the king's court, so many brahmanas are there. Those brahmanas, they are praising to the kings. They helped in their ruling to those kings. At the time, the kings rewarded brahmanas with giving lands to them. So those at that time, how much land is given to brahmanas by the king, those are all noted down in one copper plates or plates. Those are all called the land grants. Due to these land grants, historians learned so many information about those kings. After that, some of the written sources, Kalhana's book Rajtarangini explains you the Kashmir kings. He wrote one poem about the Kashmir's king and accounts of eyewitnesses. At the time, some of the people directly they had seen what happened at the time. They wrote some of the books. Those books are eyewitnesses accounts. These are all the sources of our historians to learn the story of those people. Here, one achievements of Nagbhatta is given in your textbook. See this. Many rulers described their achievements in Prashastis. In the Prashastis, they described their achievements. In one Prashasti, it is written in the Sanskrit. It was found in Gwalior, that is in Madhya Pradesh state. It describes the exploits of Nagbhatta. It explains about the Nagbhatta. He was a Pratihara king. What did this Prashasti explains you? The king of Andhra, Sindh, Vidarbha, and Kalinga fell before him even as he was a prince. Prince means the king's son. When he was the child age, when he was a young age, the Andhra king and Sindhya, Vidarbha, Kalinga, one part of Orissa, these are all people fell before him even he was a prince, Nagabhatta. He won a victory over Chakrayudha, Vanga and Ardha, Malwa, Turushka, Vacha and Machwa. He won the victory over the Chakrayudha, Vanga. These are all regions kings defeated by the Nagabhatta. These are all points noted down in this Prasasti, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Chakrayudha is the king of Kanauj, and Vanga, he defeated Vanga king. Vanga is the part of Bengal, and Anatha, it is one part of the Gujarat. Malwa, Madhya Pradesh. Turushka, these are the kings of Turks. Vacha and Macha, these two are the Deccan areas. These kings all are defeated by the Nagabhatta. Okay. So children, in this video I explained to you only the Prashastis and land grants. What are the sources of the historians? Now note it down one by one, the sources, what is meant by Prashasti, the land grants and achievements of Nagabhatta. In the next video I will explain the remaining lesson. Okay, bye.